Alright, welcome to the second video for this SketchUp series. In our last class we explained all the tools that is available on the SketchUp interface. Okay, so today I want to show you how you can import, because normally SketchUp is mainly for 3D modeling of an object, so it depends on where you get your measurement from. For example, for that particular object that you want to measure. For example, if it is a building plan, let's say if it's architectural purpose, you can be able to bring in your building plan. If it's furniture, possibly you have sketched your furniture plan somewhere. Let's assume if it is table or whatever, you can actually have a plan and then bring it into the SketchUp and be able to model the table. Alright, but for this class, let's import a particular architectural plan. So for example, this is my AutoCAD. Alright, so I have this architectural plan there. Alright, you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to import this very plan into SketchUp. Alright, and then we'll see how we can be able to do something with it on this particular video. Okay, so having said that, I'll go to my SketchUp. Alright, so this is SketchUp. I've explained this human being that is standing here, so I can delete it. Okay, and then I'll go to File, I'll go to Import. Alright, and then I'll click on 2-bedroom. Alright, so this is the particular so this is a particular floor plan that we want to import. Okay, so I'll click on it and then I'll import it. Alright, so I'll click on it, I'll click on import. Okay, so I'll close here. So you see it has come to the interface. So now from our view here, we have ISO. Alright, we have the top, we have the front, alright, and all the views. Alright, but for this we are going to click on the top so that we can see the floor plan from the top. So this is the imported floor plan, right? Okay, so we are going to follow up with a line so that we can make it as a block, right, before you can start modeling. Okay, so I'll click on line so that we can follow the boundary of that particular floor plan. So I'll click there, change direction, click here. Alright, I can follow this shape based on the fact that is added as the shaping of the window. So I will click here, I'll take it straight here just to get this shape. Alright, then I'll pick this point here. Alright, I'll take it straight here. Okay, this is a veranda, but I'll take it straight. Alright, then I'll go here. Okay, I'll take this one straight to the end here. Alright, so you see, as it complete now, it makes a block. Alright, so I'll go to my ISO. Okay, and then we use push and pull. If you remember from our last video, I can now be able to pull this thing up. Alright, so this is how you pull up, you push and pull. Alright, now let me bring it back. I'll undo to bring it back. So now let's assume this is your building plan. You are bringing out the shape. Alright, so now what you do is that first of all you need to raise the building to the height. Alright, that is to the height, that is to the ground level, right? That is let's assume you want to you need to do a step up before you continue, before they go to reach their floor, right? Right, or your ground floor in the building. Okay, so now so I'll raise it up. Okay, let's assume I want to raise the building up by, let's say, 400 first. Okay, so that we can create a step. So I'll raise it up by 400. So now as you can see, this is 400. Now from here, from this 400 level, this is where I will now raise the building up to the height of the building itself. So this is your floor level. All right, so we are going to create something like a step before you can go climb into this this very room, right? So now if I click here and then I start moving it up, it will continue moving, right, which you cannot be able to detect the floor. All right, so I'll undo it will remain in that floor level. Then I'll press my control. All right, so now you see, as I press the control now, you see that it has a plus sign attached to it. So from there now I can click and drag it up. So you see that there's a line that demarcates where your ground level is. All right, so I'll move it up and then I'll type the height of the building. Let's assume it's 3,000. All right, so I'll put it 3,000. All right, so I'll get the height of a building. Okay, now before we create our windows and the rest, we need to get the setback, because from the ground floor here, that is from the AutoCAD, you see that okay, this place is an entrance punch and there is a veranda. Okay, you can still access it also from here when you use your OBIT. Remember, we talk about OBIT. All right, so this is it. All right, so here is a veranda, right? Okay, so and then here is a toilet. Now you can follow up and bring out the line of your windows, all right, the line of your door and all that. Okay, but before that, let's create what we call our fascia board. So depend on the kind of fascia board that you want to do, but for now let's do a normal fascia board. All right, so based on if I want to do a normal fascia board for now, I will go to my offset. Remember we talked about offset yesterday. I'll go to my offset, then I click, I'll drag. All right, I'll drag and then I'll type 600, right? Okay, that is the if, right? So I'll put 600. Okay, now from your if, you can decide to push your fascia board downward or upward. All right, so but let's push it downward. So I'll push it downward by what? By 300, right? So I'll put it downward by 300. So I have this now. Now I'm going to push this backward so that I can get this particular veranda. Now if you measure the size of the veranda from here, which I can use my line and then I follow it up from here, if I measure it, you see here is 1,200, right? So what I'll do now is that I'll come here now. Now mind you, we have a toilet here, right? So we have a toilet here, so I'll bring out the line of the toilet so that if I'm pushing the veranda up, I will not push that of the toilet. So you see, I'll bring it out. So as the line is blue now, you know that it's actually a straight vertical line. So I'll go here now, I'll carry my push and pull. Okay, and then I'll pull it, I'll push it by 1,200. So I'll press enter. Okay, so I have it 1,200. Alright, so you see I've pushed this up. Alright, so I've pushed this. Alright, so I have my veranda now, and then this is our toilet, okay, from the floor plan. Okay, so the next thing now is for us to bring out our window. Okay, that is the position of our windows and doors and the rest of them. And mind you, we are actually focusing on modeling only the outside. We will not bother about the interior. Alright, if it is interior that you are doing, is a different approach which we are going to show you in this particular training. Okay, so now let me bring out the window. So for example, we have a window here. So instead of following any measurement or try to do your own measurement, now you can now follow what is on the floor plan. So for example, this is the window, so I'll bring out the line for the window. Alright, now if you look at it now, this line, you see that it looks straight, right, but it's showing red. That's to tell you that it's not a straight line. So make sure that your line is blue. Alright, so I'll bring out this. Okay, I'll press escape and then I'll go to view it from here also, and then I'll bring out the next position of our window. Make sure that your line is blue. Okay, then I'll go again. We have other window here. Alright, so I'll bring out the line, continue. I'll bring out this line, I'll continue. Make sure that your line is blue. Okay, I'm just leaving the height somewhere up here because we are going to specify the height or the level of our window. All right, so we are going to specify the size of it. So that is why I'm not actually using any measurement tool. That is for the up there. So I will continue like this. All right, so now I'll bring out the window or the window by this side. All right, so for architectural purpose, let's say our lintel level is that is from the ground level to where our window will stop. All right, is supposed to, okay, let's say from here, from the ground level to where our window will start is what is 900, right? So I'll pick my measuring tool and then I'll start from here and then I'll put 900. I'll put 900 and then I enter. So have the point of 900. Then from here to here is 1, 2, right? That's our window height, 1, 2. So I'll type the 1200. Okay, so I'll click from here, direct. Okay, I just draw a line across. All right, and then I'll pick another line and draw across. Okay, so I'll bring out my window size so I can remove this. I remove this, 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 this, okay. So if you look at it now, we have bring out all the position of our window. So we can remove this one here, all these ones, all this line. I'm using erase to remove them. Okay, so I have the position of all my windows. This one that is showing here, I need to remove this excess line. Let me undo. I'm going to do that later. So I have the position of my windows. So you are going to use that to bring out all the windows around the building. For example, let me look at it. There is a place that has let's look at it from here. Okay, so this is a kitchen and then there's a sit out here. All right, so that particular window, sorry, that particular door, we can be able to see it from there. So let me look at it here. Okay, so this is it. All right, so we can be able to see this door. Okay, because this place is an opening. So we possibly will push this place back. All right, so here I'll bring out this line. All right, I'll bring out this line as well. Make sure that is actually okay, sorry, it's not blue. I have to be sure that it's blue. Okay, so I can take it up because I want to push it up, so I'll just take it to the end. Okay, it's blue. Make sure that it's blue. Then I can push it back. So if you take the measurement from here to here, is what? Still 1, 2. So I'll push it by 1, 2, 100. Then I press enter. Alright, so this is where we are going to have our door. Alright, so we are going to bring out the door here. But you can now bring out all other windows that is necessary here. And then this is the front. So the door, this very door here, we have to bring it out here. Okay, so how do I do that? I'll bring out from here now, because normally the door, if you can see now, the door is attached to this place. So what I'll do is I'll just take the measurement of this door, which is obviously supposed to be 1 2. Alright, so that is 1 2 because it's a double door. So from here now I can now take a measurement of 1 2 from here, 1200. Alright, so this is my 1 2, if you can see it. Alright, so I'll take my 1 2 up, and then as the height of the door is 2 1, right? So I can take the measurement of 2 1. That you can do it direct here using your line, or you can use your measuring tape first to bring out the measurement. Alright, 1 200. Okay, sorry, it's not 1 200, it's 2 1, right? So I'll take it up, I'll put 2 100. Okay, so I can use my line now to cross to this place. So here it's supposed to be red because it's horizontal line, so I can use my erase to bring out. So I've actually bring out all. I can push it in small. All right, now one thing is that we'll just put it like this because we are going to use doors and window components, all right, to fill in all these places that we are creating for doors and window. All right, there's a component, there's an existing component that is already exists. All right, so you don't actually need to waste your time that you want to start modeling windows. But if you want to model your own, you can model that. So you see all other window around the buildings and doors, you bring it out. All right, so basically this is how you model your building or an object in SketchUp